And welcome back to Lantern Corp videos. Today's Lantern Corp video comes to us from JRC, who asked the question, what Lantern Corp does Edward Elric belong in? Now, Edward Elric, gotta be slow when I say that so I don't go over the words, is obviously from Full Metal Alchemist. That's another anime and manga that I am sadly not unfamiliar with, but did not read or watch. So while I do know Edward, and I do have seen a little bit here and there, I did not watch it or read it for context. And I did not watch it through the whole way through or anything like that. That said, though, I do know enough about the character that to give what I feel is a relatively complete analysis of the character, or a good enough analysis of the character, if you will. And it's interesting because Edward, in my opinion, really runs the gamut here. I got six different Lantern Corps I think he could qualify for in theory. Now, I'm going to get the three I don't think he qualifies for right out of the gate. I don't think he is an average Lantern. Nothing he did was out of greed. Like, anything Edward did with his brother wasn't out of greed. Even trying to resurrect their mother, that wasn't out of greed. That was out of love and loss and pain. Everything they were trying to do to get their, actual bodies back and their limbs back, that was not out of greed. That was out of just, necessity. They didn't have greed in them, because then he gave up his alchemy powers and he settled down. So he's not a average Lantern. He's not a Lantern of compassion here, not because he doesn't lack it, because all these other ones just completely trump, in my opinion, compassion. And I also don't think he's a Lantern Corps member of fear. He's not a Sinestro Corps member. Now, the reason I say this is because it's not because he can't be scary, especially when he was fighting Father and beating the ever-loving crap out of him. It's more the fact that people tend to make fun of him a lot for his height. There's plenty of other alchemists out there, so he just doesn't strike the intimidation, especially towards to the homunculus or anything like that. So, to me anyway, he doesn't come off as a fear Lantern. But let's get this show on the road here. Right at the gate, he is definitely a possible candidate for a Green Lantern Corps. Overcome great fear, great willpower. He has that in frickin' spades. Are you kidding me? The entire series is him basically doing that and, overcoming his fears. Using his wits, his will, everything. So, will is an obvious example of this. Also is hope. The entire series is them hoping and believing that they're going to be able to fix what they messed up. Edward getting his leg and arm back, his brother getting his entire body back, ultimately being with the person he ultimately loves and all that. I think hope is a great core for him, honestly. So is love, because they tried to resurrect their mother out of love. And he does clearly, I can't remember the name of the character, but he obviously has a character that he does love and ultimately ended up with. And he loves his brother. Everything he does is ultimately out of love, too. He's also possibly a candidate for rage, because let's be fair. The kid is angry. He is angry about what happened. He's angry about, all the crap going on in the world. He's angry about, that he's angry because it's basically his fault. The man is he's an angry dude. And he carries that anger with him and that regret. So I think rage is a very good candidate. Now, these last two, these are ones we really got to talk about a bit. First up, black. Well, actually, that's white. I was about to go with the black. I forgot I was over there. Let's actually go with black. Black Lantern Corps death. Now, Edward has killed people before, so we know he's taken life before. So we know that is a given. That he could, in theory, be a Black Lantern from that. He has not died himself, nor is he dead. But the use of alchemy causes a very unique little conundrum here. There is precedent for possibly being able to revive the dead. At least that's what they were attempting to do. And being able to manipulate the dead means that death should, in theory, be on the table at minimum. Now, I will say right up front, this I think is the least likely candidate here. I think death is the least likely candidate. But because of the actions they took at the beginning of the series and everything that transpired later on, for the bits I know about, obviously, I think death at least has to be in the conversation. As does white, because being able to resurrect the dead and, give new life, restore lives, all that, well, guess what? That would be textbook White Lantern. Now, I think while it's a better candidate than the black, I do also think it's still the second least likely. It's the fifth likely. The sixth would be the black, the 5th would be the white. Now, the reason for that is actually very simple. Apart from being alive and, having the ability to resurrect the dead, he really doesn't go about doing that more often than he at all, because it messed him and his brother up severely. So I really think white, even though it probably has a better option than black, or has a better likelihood than black, is still only 5th down. So that leaves us now with will, hope, love, and rage. I will probably put rage at the number 4 spot. While he's definitely got the anger and the regret, he ultimately overcomes that. And it's not something where I think it overrides the fact that everything he did, he was out of love. They carried hope throughout the entire series that they're going to be able to fix the problem. And, his willpower and his ability to overcome great fear is kind of second to none. So I think rage comes in at the number 3 spot. Now, here's the problem. Most of these are kind of interchangeable in my opinion. As it stands, I will actually put will at number 3, the 3rd most likely, the bronze medal. The reason I'm going to do that is while he has great willpower and has overcome great fear, he's not a guy who has necessarily a large amount of fear to begin with. He can be taken up by surprise, sure, but he's one of those brash antagonists who just walks around, flaps his gums a little bit. Yeah, he can be scared, all that, but there are occasions where he definitely has to overcome that great fear, but it's more just out of his own. He's more of a stubborn character than scared. That's why he's that whole just I'm gonna one of those scenarios where he's just struggling and screaming. It's not because he's scared. He's just pissed off and stubborn. Will is still a good candidate, but I think I would put it at number 3, which leaves us now with white. There's a white with love, sapphire, and hope blue. Ooh. And ultimately, I'm going to say this. Because he is a protagonist and like a main protagonist, I am going to go hope, because being that and having people who care about him means that other people put their faith in him as well to get things done, which strengthens the ability and likelihood of hope even more, the Blue Lantern. Whereas with love, the love, he has for someone is only just so much. It might be very strong, and in my case, I think it's actually his second most likely Lantern Corps, but I'm going to lean towards blue, surprisingly. I think Edward is probably the best case for blue, because, again, the entire series is them carrying the hope that they are going to be able to fix what they messed up. So, in order, I'm going to go blue, sapphire, green, red, white, black. That's the order I'd go in. And of the 3 other ones that I don't think you qualify for, I think it would go probably fear, compassion, and avarice is just a no-go. It's just a non-starter. But that is just my opinion. What do you think? What do you think Edward's ultimate Lantern Corps would be? Put in the comments below, let me know. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Why am I talking about Ben Crosby? Well, I just watched The Legend of Sleepy Hollow last night. Not The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, just Sleepy Hollow. The Legend of Ichabod Crane and Sleepy Hollow. The Disney special. Anyway, that's my thoughts, though. What do you think? Put in the comments below. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks next time.